Yesterday, I was in the book of Joshua doing my Bible study. I was reading chapter 3, the entire chapter 3. And God told Joshua those that he would be with them just as he was with Moses. However, one thing that I noticed that when it was time for Joshua those to fight against their enemies, they had to go in. They had to go into the cities. God was still with them, but they had to go and they had to fight. But with Moses and the Israelites, God destroyed their enemies by using the water to wipe out their enemies. And what that made me realize is that the reason why God himself used the water to destroy their enemies with Moses and the Israelites, was because their mindset had not changed as yet. So he knew that they weren't capable of fighting. Yes, he was with them, but they were not capable of fighting on their own as yet, because they were still used to slavery. They were still used to captivity. So what would have ended up happening had their enemies got to them was they would have been captured again, and they would have been turned into slaves again and carried back to Egypt. However, with Joshua's generation was born in the wilderness, so they did not know anything about being in captivity, being in slavery. God knew that new generation, because they had the mindset to know how to survive, they would be able to fight when they get to the promised land to destroy their enemies. He was still with them. So what I'm trying to say is, let's get to the whole point of this. What I'm trying to say is that in some seasons God is going to fight for you, but in some seasons God is going to require you to fight along with him. He knows that you already did the work, you already changed your mindset, so now he's dependent on you to help him fight in this season, because he knows that you've already grown up. And another thing that I wrote down inside of my Bible study was that this season you're going to have to fight. You're going to have to fight along with God, because he knows that you're capable of doing it now. He's already let you go through that season where you were, just coming out of captivity, just coming out of slavery. Your mindset was not changed as yet, but in this season he is going to require you to fight with him. And it may not mean literal. Sorry, all these words are not so bad. And it may not mean that you are literally fighting, but it may mean that God expects you to do the work, and he's going to walk with you. Another thing that I wanted to note is that God's presence always went before them. Before they went anywhere, God's presence went before them. In Joshua chapter 3, Joshua said that the ark will go before you, but you need to keep a distance behind it. God's presence always goes before you when you're walking into new territory. I hope that this message helps somebody today. And like I always tell people, go and read the word for yourself. Go and read the word for yourself, because there's a revelation inside of the word that the Holy Spirit could reveal to you that it is not revealed to me. But I am giving you my revelation of what I have seen inside of the word. So go and read the word for yourself. I hope this video was helpful. Y'all have a good evening.